video games, books, magazines, and television. From these things can be a lot of fun, but they can also be a big distraction from listening. Specifically, listening to God. Have you ever wondered what God might be trying to tell you while you're tuning Him out or ignoring Him? What might you be able to experience if you took a moment to shut off the distractions and focus on what God is trying to tell you? Let me tell you about a man who experienced the distraction problem firsthand. You see, we can learn about him in the Bible, in the book of Matthew, chapter 14, verses 22 through 33. His name was Peter. He was one of the disciples. See, Peter and the other disciples were out on a boat during a very bad storm, late one night. Strong winds had risen. They were also fighting heavy waves. Suddenly, around 3 o'clock in the morning, the disciples saw Jesus walking towards the boat, across the water. When they saw him, they were terrified. I would. Peter said,
"Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you, walking on the water!"
And so Jesus called Peter to come out to him on the water. Peter listened to Jesus, climbed out of the boat, and began to walk on the water. But as he walked, he heard the strong winds and saw the waves crashing around him. Peter got distracted by the wind and waves and began to sink. Peter shouted out to Jesus,
"Save me, Lord!"
Jesus immediately reached out to grab Peter to keep him from sinking.
You have so little faith. Why did you doubt me?
When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped and the disciples worshipped Jesus.
You really are the Son of God.
The disciples just experienced something extraordinarily awesome. You see, since Peter listened to Jesus, he was able to walk on water. But because he got distracted, he started to sink. Now thankfully Jesus was able to help him. But God says, you have little faith, Peter. You know, God says also that if we have faith of the mustard seed, okay, a mustard seed is like tiny. It's super tiny, okay? You can say to a mountain, "Mountain, throw yourself into the sea," and that mountain will do it. It'll get up and it'll go into the sea and never come back again. You have that faith?